gaming so that I can do all the bosses. Like, I never got that into MMOs, and then Guild Wars 2 come along and I was like, this is the one for me. The world bosses, the guilds, everything. Yes, this is what I want. Well, if like migraines ever get better, I'll make a guild in Guild Wars 2 as well, and then I can go back into it. I got over myself because I had hella cash at the time. Heck yeah! Well, why not? If it's a game that you like and you spend a lot of time in, you might as well. And it always takes so much time and commitment, which is the only problem with it. Girl, gotta make coin. Work. Oh dear. Yeah, it does. It's a time sink. When I was playing it, I was still full-time as well. So I'd get back from my shift, which at the time there was like 11-hour shifts every day. Get back from my shift and immediately start doing boss rushes. I'm like, yes! Get all the gold. Oh! Nice. The music picked up a bit and I got a little confused. Yeah, it is. It's like a groove. Nice. It's like a more groovy version of the Sim theme. Yeah, I also like The Sims. Genshin Impact are coming to Nintendo Switch. I've been really good at not getting back into Genshin, because that's like, that could very easily be another time sink for me. But like, that's also really hard not to sink money into because of the gacha system, and I just want every character. And to do that, I need to do the gacha system, but it takes so long to get Primogens if you're not paying. And oh my god, I could so easily get into that. I have to be so careful. When I played it the first time, I was like, it's so hard not to put any money into it. I worked on my legendary lol when I started playing. I was planning on my wedding to my first spouse and life happened. Now I haven't had that job and a new husband, so I can play what I want. Heck yeah! That sounds pretty good. Ah. Oh. I want Venti so bad. I want the jellyfish lady, or the fish lady, whichever. She has a jellyfish, doesn't she? I want the fish lady so bad, but also I can't afford that. I created my own guild in Guild Wars 2, just like my own private guild hall, including storage. Heck yeah! No, that's playing smart, that is. My main? Oh yeah, I think it is, right. I think you said this before. It was kind of tricky doing the quest to get the hall. Had some good RNG and managed it solo. Oh, nice. Good hecking job. Good hecking job. Very skilled players in chat. Oh, heck, yeah, sorry, there's the Discord link if you need it. Thank you, Jack. I use Kokomi all the time. Yeah, I would. I literally, that was all I would play with every time. But this is why I can't get back into it, because it's dangerous. I can spend all my money trying to get Kokomi. Me in a guild, and I've known someone there since I was in high school. Oh my god. Oh, that's so lovely. When I started Guild Wars, Shiny had already played it for quite a while, and Shiny introduced me to the rest of the guild. He was like, hello, yes, I'm with Shiny. Oh dear. But it was like really nice. It was very wholesome. Ah. Playing Genshin can take you out your day and you could be working on amazing cosplay. Exactly, yeah. I could just spend this time making costumes. But damn, do I like MMOs now. We just had a new banner last month again. I'm glad I didn't know about it. If I knew about it, then this would be dangerous. But thankfully, I had no idea. Lost Ark recently came out, which I've been saying to friends I'm not going to play because I don't want to get addicted. Same with Genshin. Yeah, it's like, pick and choose your addiction when it comes to these sort of games. It's like, which one are you going to sink all of your life into? I'll sink my life into this one. You sink your life into that one. Oh. But it's fun. You know, at the end of the day, it is good to have something. As much as it is like, you know, managing your time is important, it is good to have some time where you can just like relax, not think about life and play some games with people or by yourself. I only played... Did I ever play Genshin with other people? Maybe just once? Most of the time I played solo, and I still enjoyed it a lot. I guess that just speaks to Genshin being quite a good game. Oh dear. I've been in a few guilds. Sometimes even as officer. Problem is I eventually get burned out of the game, so I just move something else until it comes back. It can take years though. I feel exactly the same. There's very few games that consistently hold my interest for that long. And yeah, I would just leave. I come back one day, but like until I get that itch, I'm not coming back. Oh dear. Over after the Japanese voice actor of Kokomi, she was, oh, was she? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that that happened. That sucks. No reason for that. People take their fantasies way too far sometimes. That stuff doesn't belong. Like harassing people doesn't, nope. Oh dear. I recently got addicted to League again. Oh god. So I was gonna play one game and ended up playing 14 hours. 0, that's a dangerous one. Out of all the ones that have been mentioned so far, League is, ooh. That's danger. Grumpy, you gotta look out for yourself. Oh dear, that can suck up your life very quickly. There you go. I can also see a couple of spare threads here that I might want to trim. There and there. That being said, that is the second row in. Oh yeah. 2 rows. Look at all these scales. Look at them. Oh god. Every time I lift it up, I'm like, oh. When did you get so heavy? You weren't this heavy before. Look at all those. They look so cool though. Right, I've already plotted where the next one goes. Set myself up well, I did. I think it's this one that I need next, but let me double check, because I did write numbers on these. Yeah, this is 3. Cool. I thought so. That's okay. I think avoid most games for exactly that reason. It's too easy to get addicted to, yeah. It's like, it's fine if you have the time to get addicted to it. But if you don't, oh, that's dangerous. Ooh, well, that's danger. Right there. Okay, so I think I might need this one a little higher in some parts, because, or maybe it's because yeah, so if I'll try to get this flat, which is difficult because this dress is getting more and more layers on it. Needs to be a little higher. Maybe. That's fine if it does. I just need to know now, really. But it's there. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Look at all those scales, so many scales. Yeah, these to avoid MMO because of that. I mean, it sucks because, like, don't get me wrong, a lot of MMOs are fantastic. They're really, really fun. And you get a lot of enjoyment out of them. But if you're someone like me, who has poor time management skills, when it comes to MMOs, they just become like a little bit too dangerous to play for too long. I won't do anything else. And that's not how I want to live my life. But I also forget that that's not how I want to live my life when I'm playing them, you know? It just becomes the standard. Like, well, you know, my life is sinking 10 hours into this game, right? Are you sure that it is? Oh, yeah. Maybe in my summer vacation I get addicted again since then I can. Well, yeah, see, then it's like, you have no other commitments, things are good, you got the time, and it makes a lot more sense. Yeah. That's the sensible way of getting addicted to a game. Doing it when you have the time to do so. Okay. Keep turning it around. Find the next one. I'm going just a little bit above where I went last time because it just, yeah, it doesn't seem quite right where it was, but that's okay. Could be, I think this is probably because I made a second batch of scales. So I might have accidentally made these ones a bit taller than the initial ones. Not really an issue, it just means I have to be a bit careful and pin a little higher. But thankfully I can kind of see where they need to go. There we go. Excuse me. And then there. There. Okay. This one comes a bit further in, clearly. I hope I've got it properly in the middle. I think I did. If not, I just have to repin it, I suppose, but I thought I had it properly in the middle. This seems to go over quite a bit. But then maybe that bit, oh yeah, that's why. No, don't worry, I think that's correct, actually. It's just, It goes a bit further because of what happens with the woman. There you go. Okay, now go to the back and go back the other way. Whew. And oh, I need to take this out there, I think, because that'd be too long to keep hanging around. There you go. Snap all of those. Get that thread off. There you go. That's better. I was just getting caught a lot and moving my pin cushion around, which is not good. It's going to start putting pins all over the bed. Okay, let's see. And put that there, and then we'll just repin that first one so it's a little bit higher up. There you go. That's better. Only 4 days a week, so I can play. Only work 4 days a week, so I can play regularly if my ADHD will let me. Yeah. Oh dear. Oh yeah, get that off. Right, scales. Lots of scales. These ones is a bit more distinct where the top is because of the purple ribbon. But again, not something you'll see because this will get put over the top with like another layer, so you won't see any of this. And the purple ribbon is a little stronger than the bias tape I've been sewing them into, so that's why we did the swap. So that's strength, and also, you won't see it anyway. It's like trying to remind myself that you don't see half of these things every time I make this costume. Like, you won't see this, you won't see this, you won't see this. Stop putting so much time into it if you're not going to see it. Ooh. Do I need to change the green one there a bit? Maybe. Try that. Oh, God. Oh. Oh, did the music stop? Oh. Oh dear, but gambling on the characters in Genshin is the only way of income for those who work on the game, so don't get upset. Yeah, that's true. That's true, yeah. It means you pay people, basically, for the work that they've done. There you go. Whew. There. I pulled it a little loose, unfortunately, the fine floor, so I just had to repin it, but that's okay. Fixed it. Ooh. Ooh, that's hefty. Oh dear. Oh, it looks so cute though. It's cute but hefty. I spent the money not just much since I don't have much to spend since it's a free game. Yeah. I don't have the money to get addicted to doing the pulls. It's very tempting, and they do a good job, like, with the characters and making you want them. Like, don't get me wrong, the game's done very well at that, but I can't do that. There are people who can. I am not one of those people. Ah. That's this one. Okay. Okay. You know what I could do? I could start to pin the woman over the top of the scales. I'm not going to, but I could. Where's the spot? There it is. I'm gonna double check that that's gone in at the same time both sides. Well, same point both sides, I should, not same time. Ooh. Oh, why are these scales all facing upwards? I think it's about the same point. Yeah. Yeah, it looks really cool actually. Okay. So this is layer 3. You ready? Look at all these scales. You see them even? There they are. All the scalage. And they're not back. All the scalage. There it is. Okay. Okay. Let's do from this side again. That worked well for me last time. I enjoyed pinning it from this side, or sewing it from this side. It just, I don't know why, it just felt easier, but it did. It did feel easier. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do that again. Okay. Whew. Honestly, it like hurts my back to move this. It's hefty. That might be more of a thing to say on my strength level in general, but let's move forward a bit as well since I don't need to be so far back again. Hello. Hi again. Liana! How goes it? Oh. Right, I need more purple thread. Oh yeah. And then after this, we have one more layer of scales, and then 2 layers of other things. Other bits and bobs that get added. I'm probably gonna sew those extra strips upside down, and then fold them over. That's my thought. Because I want them to be a bit 3D, and I think that will help. It doesn't need to be a lot of stitches to sew it the other way as well. I could just do one here and there. There we go. Koya, welcome on in. I hope you're having a good day. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh dear, I'm gonna take Kokomi to Pictures in the Summer. I think that will look really good. It like matches the like feel of the outfit being more summery. Sensible, sensible, but also probably will look really good. What's happened here, huh? There you go. I think I need to trim that thread. That's not one of the threads I'm doing right now. Let's get rid of this. And rid of that. Okay. And now we'll go through it. Oh dear. I'm gonna need metal support structure to keep you in this. I mean, I don't think you're far wrong. I think I probably will need something like that, or just like, you know, get stronger. Oh, oh dear. Oh yeah. Yo, listen up. Here's a story about a little guy that lives in a blizzard. Oh, Koya, I'm sorry. I hope you feel better soon. You've been ill for so long.
Just blue, like him.
Inside and outside, Blue his house with a blue little window and a blue Corvette, and everything is blue for him and himself and everybody around, cause he ain't got nobody to listen to. I'm blue, dabba dee dabba die, dabba dee dabba die, dabba dee dabba die, dabba dee dabba die, dabba dee dabba die. Sounds really good with the beat behind it. I'm blue, dabba dee dabba die, dabba dee dabba die. Hi David, welcome on in. I hope you're having a good day. Die, dabba dee dabba die, dabba dee dabba die, dabba dee dabba die. Sounded really good with that nice beat in the background. Yeah, that's the dance, the up and down. Oh dear. Let's go the whole way around this one. Well, that's a bit far in, but that's okay. We can live with that.
Give a little bit
Oh, so good. Such a bop, this. Oh, Days of Chaos to start the day. Oh, God. Heck yeah. Well, welcome to Chaos. We are sewing in scales. Can you see all the scales we've put in already? Look at all this. This is the third row. It gets smaller and smaller on them as they go up, so the rows get shorter. And then we have one more after this. And then we have the pieces that go on top. Which I'm very hyped for that. I think they're going to look really good. Yeah, we're getting this in. It's going really well as well. Like, we haven't all been streaming that long to have this much progress done. I was fully expecting like an 8-9 hour stream today, to be quite honest. It might still be that. I mean, we've still got more work to do after we finish the skirt. But I'd have to grab it from downstairs because at the moment it's still on a dryer. It was mainly dry this morning, but it just had like a few little parts of dampness. There's a couple up by the light as well, which look like they're nearly dry. My light's quite warm, so it dries them out well. But yeah, this week's probably gonna have some fairly long streams in it comparatively to usual. That's okay. If it means getting this done, I don't mind at all. 8-hour stream, yeah. I mean, that's kind of what I've planned for. I have enough snacks to keep me going. And there's also, in the fridge, tomato juice, which I can make spicy and then drink that too, which will keep me awake a bit longer. I plan to stream quite a lot this week, get this done. Because it's such an important part of the costume and we've been working on it for so long. Now that we're ready and we've got all the individual pieces done, I just kind of want to get it done. I just want to see it. It's been so long. I just want to see. I want to see my costume, please. At least the part that I'll be wearing, I want to see that. Oh dear. Go. Getting all these on here. Looks pretty good. Yeah. Oh. Although to be fair, these won't be finished until we do the strips between them. But I wanted to get them on the skirt before we did that. I'm probably not going to do that just yet. It needs to be on the petticoat really, because I need to see how far out it poofs and then kind of sew all of those bits in. We will do them, it's just we hold off a little bit. Plus I'd have to make a lot of bias tape, which I definitely don't have to hand. Oh, okay, stretch leg out. Also, this happens every day. So I put my foot down really flat, and it means that my socks spin around on my feet constantly. Is tomato juice good? I don't really fancy tomatoes. So the way that I drink it is like a Bloody Mary without the Mary. So you put like spicy sauce in it or Worcestershire sauce or something like that. So it's tomato with some spice. And I guess it kind of sounds a bit savoury to be a drink, but it's really good. If you've ever had a Bloody Mary, just imagine that without the vodka. Yeah. Oh yeah. Same here. I just finished like 9% of the cosplay. I just need to finish the dragon feet and I can't wait till they're done and see it all together. Yes! It's like one of the best parts when you make your own costumes is like being able to try it on and feel like it fits and it looks like how you imagined it. It's so nice. It's so nice. Oh yeah. There you go. Oh yeah. And oh yeah. All the way down. This one is going really quick actually. I think because the ribbon feels like it's a lot easier to sew through than the layers behind the bias tape. The stitching is going much smoother than the other ones did, which is nice. I love a bit of smooth stitching. Oh, like you know, you just want to see it. Yeah, you've not had a Bloody Mary before. Ooh, this might be a bit difficult to explain then, because it is kind of like a cold, spicy drink. I don't know, it's good. I like it a lot. When I don't often drink tomato juice without something else in it, to be honest, although you can absolutely do that. It's just, I really like it with Worcestershire sauce in it. So I'll always put like a little bit of Worcestershire sauce in my tomato juice and it kind of peps it up a bit. And I don't know, that's something my family always did. Like every time we had a big like Sunday dinner or something like that, we'd always have it with tomato juice with a bit of Worcestershire sauce in it. And it was kind of like a joke amongst the family of like when somebody walked away, you'd put more Worcestershire sauce in their drink so that when they took a sip, it was like, ooh! Put more spice in their drink when they're not looking. Oh dear. But yeah, no, it's good. I like it a lot. Bloody Mary makes me feel sick inside at the thought. Oh dear. I mean, it was the first cocktail I probably ever had. No, that's not true. I think Martini was the first cocktail I had. And then it was Bloody Mary. When I went out and like had a big menu to choose from, because I saw there was tomato juice in it and I was like, well, I'm probably gonna like it then. And then it was really spicy and I was like, wow! But it is one of my favourite cocktails, if not my actual favourite cocktail. I did really like a couple others, but I could drink a lot of Bloody Marys. So it becomes savory and sweet? Not really. It's like, it's savory. It's definitely savory. Savory and spicy. When I put Worcestershire sauce in it, it becomes spicy. I like sweet drinks, yeah. I was gonna say, for anyone who likes a lot of sweet cocktails, you might not enjoy a Bloody Mary. They're a little bit less sweet and more savory. But they're pretty good. They're pretty good. I like them. I'd say if you've never had one, to give it a go. But then I'd say that with a lot of things. Like, you know, if you're able to drink alcohol and you haven't tried it, like, why not give it a try? Worst that happens is you don't like it. You can always get it with a friend as well, and then you can both try it. Yeah, generally drink sweet cocktails when I do. Yeah, I'm not so much keen on sweet drinks, which might be why I always gravitate more towards the ones like Bloody Marys, or the ones where you can really taste the alcohol. One of those. I know that I hate tomato juice. Yeah, if you hate tomato juice, it's probably maybe not the best one for you, because there is definitely tomato taste in it. In fact, I'd say tomato juice is probably still the prominent taste, unless you have yours extra spicy. Like, a lot of places where I've had it will be like, do you want it mild, medium, or spicy kind of thing. Just depending on the amount of that they put in it then. If you have it spicy, you probably won't notice the tomato juice. You'll just notice that this drink is blowing your head off. I don't like tomatoes in general. I'm actually not as keen on tomatoes in general, but I really like tomato juice. Because tomato juice doesn't really taste like tomatoes? Is that a stupid statement? Maybe. Like, there's a vague taste of tomato in it, but it's mild. It's very mild. It tastes just very savory. More like, you know, I don't know. It's because it doesn't taste like pasta sauce either. It's a mild tomato taste with other things in it, yeah. I love salsa and I love red sauces for pasta, but no tomatoes at all. Yeah, that's fair. I would probably say it's closer to like a pasta sauce. No, it's closer to like tomato soup, which also doesn't really taste like tomato. Ah, dear. Well, I'll have some in a bit, and then you can see my tomato juice. Oh, it's not that, and we are gonna need cut that and get some more thread. Where the hell did they go this time? Am I sat in it? Not that I can feel. Maybe though, because it's not back there. Who knows? That's alright. I have 2 pairs of scissors, I'll live. Oh. Let's take my legs out of there for a minute. Oh, that is. Oh, that's heavy. That's really heavy. Hexagon. Yeah. Heck yeah. My mum always brings this bag of alcohol to mix cocktails when I have gatherings. I did that to a gathering at one point, and it was just for tequila sunrises, so I just made a lot of them. But a lot of them do require things that are like a little different than you'd usually have in the house. Yeah. I don't know. It's fun. I made a lot of tequila sunrises. Like a lot. A lot. I never stopped. Oh dear. There we go. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna drink some of my tea quickly and have like a little break from being underneath that costume. It is like having a weighted blanket on you. Mm. Mm. Do you want to know something cool? Everyone, we're very close to having 1 million frames in this stream. Have you ever played? Yes. Oh yes. Oh yes, I played a lot of Super Hexagon back in the day. I love that game. I literally cannot say enough good things about Super Hexagon. I just love it. I think this is the 2nd level. 2nd level I really struggled with. 2nd and 5th, which are based on the same pattern, so that makes sense. My brain just couldn't compute levels 2 and 5. Oh, yes! It's so good. Super Hexagon is like just, oh, it's just a really good game. It doesn't sound that good when it's got the name Super Hexagon, but oh, it's really good. It's got very good music as well. This is the OST from the first game. Because I've heard that there is a sequel, which I didn't know about. Oh dear. Yeah, it's got a really good song, but I think I struggled a lot with this one. Okay. There we go. We're getting around this. This is nearly at the halfway point. It does have good music and it's fun. Very addicting, very addicting. Oh, Leon, thank you for the hydrate. Give me 2 seconds and I'll be right there. Put that needle through there. There you go. Thank you for the hydrate. And you know, my tea is not completely cold, but it's pretty cold. Okay, let's spin this around a little bit. Oh. It's weird because I can feel like the weight on my leg. It makes my leg feel tired. But then it probably doesn't help that I did just do work this weekend. I always feel like my legs are a little bit more tired after working. And just go the whole way around. Come on, come on. Go. Gonna get some Z's. Oh, Leon, get some good sleep. Thank you so much for popping by. I appreciate it. But look after yourself. Have a nice evening. Go. We'll just be here grooving. It's only a 12-minute OST. Can you believe it? It's so short, but it feels like actually a really long OST. It's so short, 12 minutes. Get that. That's our halfway pin. Oh. Oh. It's unusual. Got stuck on the beads. Okay. Get that across here. Yeah, I wanted to have some slightly more energetic music for this stream because again, like I'm expecting them to be quite long streams this week. So I just wanted like an OST that had like a lot of energy. And I don't remember who it was that suggested Super Hexagon, but it was a very good suggestion. Like, you forget OSTs exist until you listen to them again. And like, yeah, when someone suggests Super Hexagon, I was instantly like, that, yeah, we gotta have Super Hexagon on there. And it's got so much energy. Oh yeah. There we are. This position to help me do the sewing. And take that one out. Oh. Oh my god. Woo! Finish the basic skeleton dragon feet. Heck yeah, look at all the hecking dances. Heck yeah. Oh dear. Guys are going ham. I only had like a disco light or something as well. Oh. There you go. Ooh. I'm getting stuck on the scales. That was an unforeseen problem. The more that I stitch, the more they get stuck on the scales as I'm stitching. I guess it makes sense, but I didn't anticipate it. It's like the hexagon level where it goes off the rails. It's all like white and black, right? Or like holographic white. I think this is that level. You've been in Hexagon for too long. You must retreat for now. Come back stronger. Go. Okay, okay. Get that pin out. Keep crawling our way around. Oh yeah. There you go. Okay. Oh. Oh. Big pull there, that's alright. Yeah. Oh. Oh, it's so good. It's distractingly good is the only issue with I think also probably it helps that I really, really like this game. I wonder, did Guild Wars 2 have any good OSTs? I think it probably did, but I was like so busy putting down all my turrets and shooting everything that I didn't even notice. Oh dear. You know, now that we were talking about Guild Wars 2 earlier, I really want to go do Tequatl again. There's no reason for me to go in and do Tequatl. But damn, do I kind of want to. Oh dear. There we go. And take that out there. Oh. Okay, okay. Oh. Good shift, good shift. Yeah, yeah. I wish the OST was a bit longer, honestly. Thankfully, the OST for the second is quite a bit longer. It's like 40 minutes. Oh, honestly, I could always do with more music like this. It's so good. It's all the beeps and the boops, and I love beeps and boops. Beeps and boops are my vibe. Also, do you notice how this has gone a lot quicker than the first round of scales? I think personally, probably because first of all we got a bit more used to doing hand stitching, so it's like become a bit more of a, what do you call it, like pumping it out kind of thing. But also because we've got less scales on each layer, it's getting quicker. Because we are very close to the end of it already. And then that'll be the last layer of scales we need to add is, I think it's on my desk right now, I'll go grab it. So yeah, 4 layers. Originally I thought it was just 3, and I don't know how, because I was looking at the picture over and over again, and I don't know why, there's 4 there, there's clearly 4 there, but I kept just thinking it was 3. Beeps and boobs? Yeah. Beeps and boobs. No, beeps and boobs. Will I get all the way around with this thread? I'm gonna be cutting it close. Probably not. That's okay. If we've got a big one left over, then I can just use that on the next row. Oh. Do a sitting down posture check. Excuse me while I just straighten my back out for a bit. Because I'm doing so much of this, I feel it in my neck. I could sit like a kind of a gremlin, but like it might make it feel better for a bit. Because I'll push my neck in the other direction. There you go. Wait, I need to move back if I'm gonna do that because you can't actually see what I'm doing. Don't mind me just being a gremlin. Oh dear, like we on so many levels, heck yeah. Here I am now bending my neck in the opposite direction so that I feel better. Loaf time, basically. It's time to be a loaf. Yeah. We have all this camera space, and yeah, I refuse to go into the rest of it. I'm staying down here. This is the camera space that I need. Oh, wait. Teacup, welcome on in. I hope you're having a good day. Welcome, welcome. Teacup, we are sewing... I need to make sure my top doesn't roll up. We are sewing the scales onto the dress because I've been, like, have my neck the other way, like, leaning forward. Just to like balance it out, I'm going to do this for a while so that my doing this. Yes, this is my posture check. My posture check is alright. We'll go from front leaning to back leaning. Like yeah. benefit of working on the floor. Because it makes you, what do you call it? Hand stitching makes you look down constantly. Not very good for the neck. Yeah. Oh. Right, I need something underneath this. There you go. Whew. Good idea. 360 mobility. Yeah, eventually we'll stop doing this. I'll move to the side just so that I turn to you more. Oh dear. Yeah. It's just a lot of looking down. Be a bit careful because I don't want to sew my face, but I think we'll be okay. The issue is it's very difficult to get a good grip when it's a little bit more difficult to sew through. Otherwise, I think it'd be a good idea. I probably will just do that every now and again just to help my neck, but I could lift this up higher. There we go. Yes. Don't mind me, I'm slowly getting further and further away from the microphone as well. If at any point you can't hear me, just let me know. Oh dear. Just scooting the boot away. Quotes? I think it's quote list. One word. Oh, unless you're trying to just get another quote randomly. Oh. Maybe we will make. No, I don't think we will. I think we'll get really close to the end and then have to do something else. Get some more thread, but that's okay. It does kind of look like I've just tucked myself up in bed though, huh? To be fair, even though it's a shorter costume, it's still pretty intense. Did someone get a quote before me? Well no, you put an S at the end of it. That's not the command. Jason, you put the wrong command. I'll let you remember what it is. I believe in you, Jason. You can remember. There you go. Which one did you get? I eat through at least 50 quid of... Yeah, I do. Very tame one today, Jason. Very tame. Nice tame quote for you. Ah! But you love the tame quotes, don't you, Jason? I thought they were your favourite. You love it when they're not lewd and they're just like chill. Right, Jason? Yes, yes. Heck yeah. Ah, dear. Right, let me get some more thread. It's a bit annoying because it's like right before the end. But, you know, we have to do it. That's fine. I'll come a bit closer to you. All my scissors. Basically, you have all my scissors, so I have to come back. There you go. And then a few pins to take out because I've not actually had to take them out of this one. Oh, I feel that. Ooh. Oh, thank you for the hydrate. Since you got closer, yeah, I appreciate it, David. Oh yeah. Oh, there we go. Delicious. Delicious hydration, thank you. Now we'll get some more thread, finish this line. And then we'll pin on the last round of scales. Yeah, very strong. And very hecking strong. Look at my big strong arms, so big. So strong, oh my god. Barely have to do anything. Oh wait, why am I putting gold on here? No. Strong arms, small brain. Oh dear. Right, trim that. Like that. And that's like, yeah, I'm gonna sew my next round of purple scales in gold. Wow. Yeah, that sounds perfect. Oh. Okay, just keep my posture really good. Don't mind me. Just being good posture at all times. In fact, if I need to tie the thread, I'll bring it up to me. Oh dear, small, very small.
Yes.
Oh dear, right. Go. I haven't done this much hand stitching in a very long time. New levels of hand stitching. I feel like this one, like a regular cosplay, this is like what we're going to be doing in like for this. It's the equivalent of hand stitching an entire regular costume. Oh. Luckily for us with this one, the base is done on the machine, so I don't have to consider doing that, but all of the additional bits, and considering there's so many, kind of like that. Oh my god, are you farting on me? Huh? You farting on me? Robert. Fucking rude. How could you? Right, get that over to there. And then we'll have to trim these spare threads that I see. But for now, let's just attach it. That's alright. And yeah, I really didn't need very much more, but that's alright. You know what? Better just to get more thread if you need it, rather than struggling. There you go. There was a few little threads as well that I just quickly grabbed. And now, I'll hold it up in just a sec, but I do want to actually pin the woman a little bit, because she's going to be flippy floppy all over the place, especially now that I've added those eggs for the egg truck driver. I hope you're having a good day. Welcome on in. We are putting everything together on this dress finally. But I want to pin that lady quickly. Just so she doesn't move around too much, because otherwise she does. And things will not be in the background when they should. And oh, do we need a snack break? Okay, give me 2 seconds. Give me 2 seconds. I wanna pin lady. I wanna pin her. Get us some tea and biscuits. I could have biscuits, to be fair, but I could also have more Pringles, and one of those is definitely a little bit more addictive than the other. And not that I would ever just, like, you know, cave to my addictions, but I might have Pringles and tea. Oh dear. This is really coming together, isn't it? Oh, let me just grab... Oh, there you go. That's been pinned now. Another layer. Now we have the 3 layers of scales. Ugh. Look at all this. Look at all this. Look at all this scalage. So many scales. And then the big woman at the front. What flavour? Sour cream and onion. Sour cream and onion they are. Oh. I did think about it then. I was like, the green one. It's green flavoured. Flavoured of green. If you know me, gotta fatten up the rest of the world. Absolutely. 2 seconds. Let me grab the extra scales, and then I will also grab the Pringles. There they are. Last round. Last round. Oh dear. Yeah, they're the green ones. But I always forget because I always think cheese and onion, but they're not cheese and onion. Shrek flavoured, yes. Green flavour. Flavour of pure green. It's because you just see it like that, don't you? So it's like it's the green one. Oh. Third one. Green. It sounds stale. Oh, do you want me to crisp one? I opened the packet today. So green. Oh my god, so green. I've never been able to set it down to the tip. You know what? If I wasn't streaming, I would have taken more. But what distracts me is like that I need to get this costume done. Otherwise, they're very, very Moorish. Like, it's difficult to just eat one Pringle. Oh dear. Yeah, eating just one Pringle is a feat. I gave you some green Pringles. What flavor is that? Green! Exactly. It's green. Delicious, delicious green flavor, you know? Okay. That's my center one. Now we need to go all the way around the side again. Okay. I'm making sure there's a bit of a gap between this one and the layer underneath. Go a little higher than that, actually. I might start to use the bodice joining as an idea of how far I need to go at this point. Because, oh, it's a bit closer. Okay. Okay. Oh, did I miss some? Yeah, I did. I missed a few. Okay, I was like, wait a minute, this doesn't seem right. I've just zoomed around this. All right, don't worry, Jelly. It's just this. Oh, how did that happen? Nothing happened there. That's okay. Oh yeah. Getting closer to the end. I see Majuffers. We're adding all the scales today. Look at all these heckin' scales. So many. So many. Okay. Shove that in there. And then have a look at... Okay. Okay, let's get that, like, there, I suppose. I'll try not to go through both sides, but we'll see. Should tuck into there nicely. Yeah. Oh my god. The weight of this. It's something. Okay, I do need to put this a little lower, so I'm just going to move that down a little bit. Maybe have this one a little lower too. It's like close to being the right height, but it's a little bit too tall, I think. Let's pull it down a little bit. About there, maybe. I think that's a bit better. Oh, but now now the distance between here is not correct anymore. Let's Oh, music! Did you forget I existed again? 2 seconds and I'll bring that back. Sorry about that, guys. Sometimes YouTube just forgets I exist and does this. Hey everyone, hi Majuffers. How goes it? I hope you're having a good day. There we go. That's better. Gotta have my music. How many extra... Oh... I probably have one more scale here than I need. But it is close. I'm just considering removing it, because I could use that scale somewhere else. I'll see if the same thing happens on the other side, and if it does, I'll probably remove both those scales, just because I can use them on something else later. Ah, but then it would... the structural integrity would be compromised just a little bit. Be kind of a pain. Okay. There's something to think about, because I really don't need a whole scale going in there, to be honest. That's not very necessary, and it just creates like a lump. Yeah, we'll come back round. I might have too many scales on this layer. That's okay. But we'll see if I can get rid of it. Oh dear. We still exist! Yes! What happened? Did I drop frames? My bad. Oh, the Majuffers. It's... if it's YouTube, I think that's why it stops. Yeah, I think it is. It's just one of those things where it basically wants to know that you're still there. Like, are you still here? Did you leave? If you left, I'll stop playing. And then you have to say like, no, YouTube, I'm still here. Please continue. The sun is out for once, but it's still snowing. Oh god. I hope you get some good weather soon. At least it's sunny and snowing, to be fair. That's kind of a nice combination. Although probably your snow will turn to mush if you're not careful. There we go. Just
this one maybe a little bit. Do a little repin of this one. Okay, that's not a very easy pin then, is it? That's alright. You gave it your best shot. I appreciate the effort. Alright. Ooh. Sorry, my headphone wire is hitting my mug. There we go. There we go. Oh, Yuri! Oh! I see, I see. They're getting smart, you know. They're getting smart. Since there's a setting that they stop music so you don't forget the time. Yeah. I think that's what it is. Just YouTube making sure someone's still listening. And if someone's still listening, they're like, okay, we'll check again in like an hour. In an hour, are you still listening? Yes, YouTube, I am still listening. Oh dear. Look at that. Is that good? Oh. Because we're getting higher up, it's becoming more like a curved surface. So it's quite difficult to get them even, but I'm doing my best. Oh dear. I need to think enough. I know, right? I think it's a general setting. It's called "Remind Me to Take a Break." So translate, I don't know. Like, yeah. I think I know what you mean. It's all right. Maybe I'll have to check my settings and see if I can turn that off. Because for me, it doesn't really make a lot of sense when it comes to streaming. It's like I'm not going to turn it off. Also, I can't get rid of the scale on this side. The scale on this side has to stay because it goes high enough. Oh dear, that's a shame, but it's okay. Okay. And then like all that in there. I'm assuming that's about the same height. Oh no, it's a lot lower on the other side. Wait a second. A lot lower. Oh, there's a pin. Okay. If that's the case. Maybe I'll put that there. There we go. Yeah, that looks alright. A bit higher than I was planning to have it, but that's okay. When it's sewn in, this will be all our scales. All our scales. Oh. Because then I believe we'll have these bits over the top then. Oh. Not those bits. This bit. This should go. Yeah. Yeah, that'll go over there. Around the waist. Over the scales. I'm so happy. it's all coming together so well. Oh dear. You keep blocking people. I'm trying to get famous. Oh my god, this is Grobby. I'm so sorry. Had I known that you were in fact trying to get famous, I would have stopped. It's not my intention to block you from the bots. Oh dear. My bad, Grobby, my bad. Bad streamer over here. Blocking viewers from opportunities. So sorry. Look at all those satisfied smiles. This is so awesome. I'm so happy. I'm like, I mean, I know a lot of people have been here since the beginning of making this costume, but like, I have been working like, I don't know how to divide it. I'm working like 700 hours, I'd estimate, on this cosplay at this point. And it's only just the dress coming together. And after all that, it's so nice. It's so nice to see all the hard work just like in front of me. It's a really, really good feeling. It's one of the best feelings of cosplay, right? Like when your plan comes together. Ugh. Now, have I accidentally pinned something below this? I have, but I think it's only a pin. means we should be good. Oh, who did the egg, by the way? Winged! Welcome on in! How are you doing? Winged, we're finally putting together the dress for this costume after months and months and months and months of work. Best, yeah! Will we get to see it on you when it's completed? Yes! So I've added a modesty panel to the front of the dress. Before that, I would not have been able to wear it on Twitch because there would have been underbust, which is not something you can show on Twitch. Even though I would make an argument for this is clearly not to be sexual, it's still not something you're allowed to show. So I put a little modesty panel in, which means that I should now be safe to wear this on Twitch. I can tell. Like, yeah. Oh dear. And then you have to put it away and then it is sad. Yeah, but I think the feeling of it being completed is always like, for me at least, just knowing that I finished this costume. Oh, it's such a good feeling that it kind of like, even if I can't wear it for a while or stuff like that, I'm just happy that it's done, you know? Ah, dear. Mostly lurking lately due to work overload. One of the employees quit and we don't have time to train a new person before summer, so we'll be down one until autumn. God. Winged, you're always having to work really hard. I hope things get better earlier than that, because that's a long time to wait. Good luck. Good heckin' luck with the work. I hope it goes well. Oh dear. Did you write so you're not making an ass window backwards? Did you write so you're not making an ass window backward? Why is... No, Robert, you're the only person I've seen who has had that. Robert, this is something on your end. I swear. It's like, why? Oh dear. Surely. Oh, god damn it, Robert. Okay, right. Get around this. Should be the quickest one yet because pretty small comparatively to the other ones we've done. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I have to put my arm up right in it now. Because it's all the way up here. Go, just get that in there, Very nice. There we go. Zero for everyone's brain. Bino, welcome on in. I hope you're having a good day. Welcome. I did that a while ago. God damn. Lurking while studying? Well, good luck with the study. I hope it goes well. Oh, dear. Oh, yeah. Okay, get this on my leg. We need leg support now. Blanket. It's very nice and warm, to be fair. Probably won't be quite so nice when it's the summer, but right now it's kind of chilly, so this is like a really nice warm layered blanket. Oh dear. Oh yeah. Come on. Okay. Whew. Right, get that needle out. Oh, it's hefty, huh? Oh, I guess this is the downside of making all of the scales out of fabric. Excuse me, had they been made out of craft foam or something like that, like a more traditional armor material, they would have been more lightweight. They would have been a lot more lightweight. I mean, if I then went and covered them in fabric, that would have lost any benefit we would have had, unfortunately. That's not really something I could do for this costume. But I would recommend, if you're making scales, not to make them like this, unless it's like specifically a design choice. like it has been for me. Like, if you're just looking to, you know, make some scales for a costume, foam is much better. It's easier to cut them all out identical because, of course, foam's not going to fray or anything. Or Wobbler. Wobbler's good, but it's expensive. Whereas craft foam's a lot cheaper. I mean, that's what I did with the Sylvari wig, to be fair. I used craft foam. Like, really, really cheap craft foam. It's like a couple quid for, like, loads of different colours. And I painted them all the same colours. I think I painted them a base of white first, and then I painted them all different colours. And yeah. I mean, I wouldn't say that it looks cheap. Oh yeah. That through there. There. Okay. There's a bit of a fold here. I'm just getting that in now. Because it's very much curved surface at the top, this is like a straight line. There's going to be these little folds in it. Fortunately, you shouldn't really see them underneath, to be honest. They should be pretty hidden. Oh, okay. Turn it around a little bit, and then in a minute, we're going to need some more thread again. Almost out of thread. Another time. Oh, dear. Actually, do I need to do the next bits upside down, or could I just fold them as I sew them? Probably just fold it as I sew it. It'd be easier to measure it against where I want it to go if I did it like that, to be fair. It's wrong needle. You really don't want to go through this bit, huh? There you go. That's better. And then... Ooh. Okay. I'm gonna tie this bit off. It's getting a bit short now. I don't want to risk getting to a point where I can't tie it. Let's do that. Get some more thread. Where did it go? There they are. That one and that one. Good reach. Ooh. Thread this back in. There you go. Oh, yeah. Okay. Next piece. Wondering if the bustle's gonna have to come down a little bit at the back. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Okay. More thread. Let's get the rest of the way around. I honestly think we probably could with one line of thread now. Go. It's unfortunate that I can't cut the other bare scale away though. If it was happening on both sides, I'd feel a bit happy about it, but with it only happening on the one side, I think I might be cutting it a bit too close. Oh no! Okay, well I've just thrown my thread off the side, so I'm gonna have to get that in a minute. It is gone. Yeah, I don't need it right this minute, but probably I will in a minute at some point. When I finish this round and need more thread, I will definitely need it then. There we go. Trim that. And start going around. Yeah. Okay. How did it... Because it's longer again, it's like getting caught on everything. Even the very much the lowest line of scales is still getting caught on. Go. That's another thing. I have a few less choices now than when I started of the positions I want to sit in while I sew. It's always a shame. Always a shame. The next bit's very easy though, because I've got a very distinct line to follow, so it's not too bad. It would literally just be the bottom of the bodice the whole way around. But you do have to sew a bustly thingy into it as I go around, which might prove a little difficult. Do I want to do it this way? Yeah, I do. I'm trying to work out how to sew it so that I don't have to put the needle on the other side every single time. I'm sewing it backwards, that's why. Oh, that's my own question there. I'm sewing it backwards. Not recommended, it goes a lot slower. Oh, some brief daylight there for a second there. What's it doing now? Apparently it's cloudy, but it's got a bit warmer, so that's nice. It does feel a little warmer in here, but then difficult for me to judge since I am sitting underneath a costume. That might be what's keeping me warm. Oh, there we go. That in there. And... very nice. I'm still every now and again trying to get it through like a little bit of the curtain fabric. Again, not every time, doesn't need to be every time, but every now and again. Just popping it through a little bit of that curtain fabric so that it's pretty stable and it's not gonna, like, the scales won't be bouncing up and down too much on the costume. Because if they're just on the outside fabric, I imagine they'll bounce quite a lot. I don't want that. It's a lot of repositioning every time I want a photo or something like that. Not really bounce it. Ah dear. Let's get that in there. And whoop. That's the halfway point. So now I just have to get to the other side. This one has had a lot of spare fabric comparatively, I'd say. Also, oh my god, what are you even stuck on? Leave it alone! Leave it alone! Poor scale. Like, it proper clung onto the beads there. It didn't deserve that. Wow. Wow. Okay. Let's get this there. Keep working our way around. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's one thing about the bodice. It's much higher on one side than the other. So I might have to go a little bit higher at the back than I'm imagining. I try and remember that, I will, before I actually go and do it. Yeah, just where the bodice sew in, it's like half an inch higher on one side. It's not something you'd see, and it doesn't really make a difference to how it wears at all, but when it comes to like making sure everything is about the same height, it can get a bit confusing. There you go. And around. Okay, I'm gonna have to turn it a little bit at this point. Testing! Welcome on in. I hope you're having a good day. We are adding all the scales today, and also hopefully the layers above the scales, and then cementing them in by sewing the woman in. It's quite a bit. We've got quite a bit to do, but it's going really well. We're making really good time. We're on the last layer of scales right now, which is the smallest. Then we'll be adding the bustly part, and then we'll be adding the layer over the bustle, and then that should be all the scales. Oh, and Dem, thank you for shouting out testing. If anyone's looking for more cosplayers, more people that do costuming and creating on Twitch, testing is another one. Heck yeah, they do very heckin' long streams. Welcome back, Dem. How goes it? In a second, I'll have got round the whole thing. Maybe not in 1 second, that would be overrating my skills a little bit. But in a minute or two, I'll have got around the whole thing and I can show you all 4 layers of scales sewn in. And then we're gonna add the layers on top of the scales. Make it look so good. Oh, they really just tile the scales in. Yeah. How are things going? Really, really well. Really, really well. We are making good time today, honestly. And... oh, shoot. Oh, bridal sewing. Bless you. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome, welcome. Oh, I don't know. We're making really good progress. We've added so much already, and it's hefty. It's very heavy. I just gutted my kid's Proton pack, so mine has some FX. 6 days took. Oh my god! Testing. So you are crunching at the moment. Whoa. Oh. Deary me. Okay. I might actually, before I show you the scales, quickly pin in the bit above the scales, because I think it will really make the scales look a little better, because they do kind of finish at like an odd point of the dress, but it makes so much more sense when you have the bit over the top. So I might actually do that, cheekily do that, so that you know, you get the full effect of the scales. Okay, turn it around a little bit. Although you can probably see a lot of them already since they are all over me. I'm covered head to toe in scales. 6 days. Whew. It's gonna be a speedy turnover for a costume. What do you reckon sounds incredible? Tedious but incredible. It's difficult because, like, I always think tedious as, like, I don't enjoy the work, but, like, every part of this costume are techniques that I really like to do or that I wanted to practice more, right? So it hasn't really felt tedious, thankfully, because it's definitely felt like it's taken a while, and, like, I'm very happy to be able to see it nearly finally, but it's never really felt tedious because all of the techniques are ones that I actively enjoy to do in cosplay. It's been alright. It's been alright. Sorry, I never said burp. I need to speak to my mum. I forgot. No, you're fine. Never apologise. You're all good. Oh, you're... Oh, does this one come unpinned? That's no good. Put that back in there. There you go. There you go. Okay. Keep going. Keep doing our little stitches the whole way around. Not catching on the beads. Thank you. Oh dear. I tend to equate repetitive with tedious, but I have zero patience. I have zero patience for a lot of things. Sanding. Zero patience for that. But that's why I pick costumes that are definitely more sewing and embroidery heavy. Because, like, that, I have patience for. I can do that till the cows come home, clearly. But, like, when it comes to, what would you call it? Sanding down foam, beveling edges, all that kind of stuff. I hate it. I hate the noises, I hate the smells, I hate the contact cement smell, everything. It's dusty. Oh my god. To me, that's a lot more tedious, I'd say. Go. And then let's take that pin out. I'm always impressed when other people can do it though. When other people can do foam armor. I wonder if most cosplayers feel like that. I always feel like it's really impressive, the techniques that I don't like doing. Whenever I see people doing techniques that I'm not keen on, I'm like, hell yeah. I have no tedium meter. I just don't notice it's like it's tedious. Good thing, I guess. Heck yeah. Yeah, like, technically probably, like, making all the armor and stuff like that especially was probably a tedious task. I just kind of went on by. Evil Ted! Oh, come on in. I hope you're having a good day. Oh, heck. You could do it. Heck yeah. But it's dusty and it's smelly. I don't know, man. Like, I sit here and I'm like, hell yeah. Look at all these beads and sparkles and stuff. That's my jam. Ah, dear. Oh, dear. Oh. Oh. I don't know if I might need to change position in a second, but I really want to get this next layer in. It's gonna make the scales look so good. And I want it. Oh yeah, I should say, yeah. If you're looking for other makers and crafters, Evil Ted's literally one of the best in the industry. There was a reason I had that reaction when they popped in. They are literally one of the best in the industry. If you're looking for more makers and crafters to go follow, if you're looking for inspiration with your own costume, there you go. I can sew, but not like this. Yeah, but you can make larger than life Zords. For testing. I couldn't even fit your costumes in my house. Oh dear. Oh yeah, Luna, and if you're looking for more makers and crafters, more sweet beans, and honestly very talented beans, check out Luna. We have like three very, very talented cosplayers coming in a row. Oh shoot, yeah, that's true. But it's not, I'm not lying. Oh god, where's my... There you go. Where's my stitch going? There it is. We got it. Sewing tends to be, niche-y, so it's normal. Oh. I guess, yeah, there's a lot of different types of sewing. I've never really thought of it like that. I think I just saw anything with needle and I'm like, I sew today. I'm sewing on beads and sequins, but I'm sewing. Oh dear. Banana. Good. Oh. I don't think I actually need to sew much further here though, to be fair. I'll sew it a little flat underneath where this is going to be, but I feel like, actually I have already sewn it flat under where that's going to be. So I'd be kind of wasting my time to keep stitching at this point. So what I'm going to do is pin the part that goes over the top of this, so the first kind of like dip. Oh dear. Make a costume that's just a new hat. That's true. My mod's coming in with the big brain ideas. Why didn't I think of that? Big brain. Oh my god, Dem, you were so close. I was here like, yeah, Dem, big brain. Immediately comes in with big brain. Ah dear, thanks for your kind words. As a fellow maker that's been at it longer. Yeah, no, they're like one of, yeah, they're if you haven't heard of Evil Ted Smith and you're a cosplayer, go check them out. And they do stream. Oh, right. I'm gonna tie that off so I don't lose that, because that's still a good amount of thread. I can use this later. But I do want to pin the next bit. Did I throw a pin on my bed just now? Maybe. I'll have to go over it with a magnet afterwards, I think. Okay. Good. Heck yeah. Good to hear it. Oh yeah. Right. Let me get the next bit. Oh, before I give away too much. My mods can't see this costume. Absolutely not allowed. I've only been working on it for however long. Oh, okay. Get that big piece out there. And we'll flatten it there. Sorry, I might have been quite bright in the camera. My bad, my bad. Oh, tuck everything in that's meant to be tucked in. Get that nice and flat. Okay. This is the bit that's going to be the bustle. And I think I should be able to just hand turn that in, because it's also singed, so it's not going to fray, and also then it's going to get covered by about 1,000 pieces of armor. I think that's going to be fine. And then I can pin that across this very top bit, right underneath where we did those stitches on the head. Yeah, that's gonna work perfectly. Perfect. So what I'll do... Yeah, I should really be getting this completely flat before I pin this. Ugh, this is why we need the bed. So, let's get the bit under there first, since that's folding over at the same time. And get that there. Okay. And then hold that there, put that there. Okay. Make sure I don't stitch in the hanging parts, that would be a bit embarrassing. Have to do that again. I think. Whew. Okay, my pin's bent. That pin was not happy with this. Let's try this one. Maybe we'll get a better reaction. It is pinning through a lot, to be fair here. I won't be sewing through this amount, but nope, that's a bent pin. Yeah, I won't be sewing through this amount, but it's got to, it's... What if I do it just through that layer? How about that? How's that? That'll do. Nice. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it the whole way around, bring it in the other side, and then go from there. Trying to figure out how to make staff for my critical... Oh, heck yeah. You're going to have a staff with it? Oh, that would look so good. Looks so good. Oh dear. Off to work. Oh no, you're good, Bridal. Take care, and thank you again so much for popping by. I was meaning to ask, did you have plans for your streamiversary, and what day was it exactly? We're going to be doing a stream for the Migraine Trust, because at the end of the day, they've helped me out so much in my life that I want to raise, even if we don't raise a lot of money, I want to raise a bit of awareness for them. And that is on not this Thursday, but next Thursday. And I should probably, thank you for reminding me, I should probably post about that publicly. I appreciate it. Thanks, Dem. Oh dear. And leading up to, leading up to the streamiversary, on Twitter I'm doing like a day by day things that help keep me inspired doing cosplay. There's like, you know, big cosplays. Inspiration ups and downs. So I'm like wrestling my costume right now. You know, inspiration for costume. Ups and downs, you know. Get that in there. Get in. Get in. Come on. Please do not bend the pin. These are new pins. I like them very much. Come on. Oh, I see it. There you go. Oh, okay, cool. Right, let's get the other side down. And probably to about there. So it comes out about the same amount both sides. I'll stitch that down actually, but for now we'll just leave it like this. Okay. And then... Okay. Oh. I think that is the front of it. We have another layer to put in still, but oh. That's why I was kind of want to get this part bit on because it shows all the scales coming out of it. The woman is just, she's gonna have to flop for a bit. She becomes like this tiny, tiny looking thing. That's all right. Right, let's get this bit pinned in the middle here because that's gonna be the center of the back. I'll fold it in up both sides so that it meets that. Both sides should be pretty much identical, but just to make sure. Human error and all that. Let's fold this over. Oh dear. The 14th? Yeah, the 14th. 14th of April is my anniversary. So many anniversaries close to each other. We had Bateman and Doodles, although I think Doodles was actually last month, wasn't it? But she's been busy. And then I'll be just after. Okay. So, I need to probably take how much? Take how much? Maybe amount? For a little extra fold. Maybe I could pin it around to it. Probably smarter. I'm like, let me go from the back front. No, let's go from the front and then to the back. Okay, lay this out nice and flat. Where did the scales? Oh, right, okay. I'm losing some scales there. No, I'm not. They're just folding. They're just folding. Oh, okay. Let's get this around here. Kraken! Welcome on in! You show the costume who's stronger. Yeah! I'll wrestle this costume. I will always come victorious for the costume. I'll be the strongest. It's getting heavy though. It's funny because obviously we've made all these bits individually, and individually I think I've said, that's a bit heavy. Ooh, that's a little bit hefty, isn't it? And now that all together it's like, that's heavy. Mistress, welcome on in. What I usually do is divide a thing in equal quarters and pin each quarter down. Smart. Very smart. That would, I think, that will work on the one above this. On this one, because I'm trying to get it to fit, what do you call it? With extra in the back. I'm gonna just pin both sides towards the back so I can get as much, all of the extra in one piece. Yeah. So if I do it to about here, then I know that's my extra. Thinking with you, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Oh dear. Yeah, Kraken, we have a stream anniversary. The second one. Coming up. Oh, but I want to do a charity stream. I kind of decided a long time ago that's what I wanted to do. I was a bit hesitant to do it for the Migraine Trust because I always get a bit emotional talking about it. But they honestly have so many good resources for people with migraines. Like, wherever you live in the world, they have good resources for that I'd really like to spread a bit more awareness for them. Oh. Ow. Pincushion leg, yeah. Oh dear. Exit lurk mode. Oh, welcome back. How's it going, Spaceship? I hope you're having a good day. We are pinning all the layers onto this skirt. Many, many layers, but we're getting there. It's looking really cute. Really cute, very gold. Very, very gold, honestly. If you get emotional talking about them, they're probably the best choice. Oh. Yeah, again, obviously it's very personal charity. I know a lot of people in my channel are not really affected by migraines and stuff like that. Or maybe they've had a migraine but it hasn't had the biggest effect on their life. But for me, it's like, it's a lot. It's a lot. And being able to talk about it and also to anyone who does happen to have migraines who needs those resources, or maybe you don't have migraines but you know someone who does. I think it's a really valuable one to spread the information about, you know? Because it is so common. The likelihood is you do know maybe one person who's had migraines. Ugh. Right. Will be the big fold. Is that what I want? No. I think I want it in more, and then out more like that. I think that's what I want. I think. Oh, okay. Pull that down. Pulls around. Maybe that? Oh yeah. Been working and lurking. Heck yeah. Well, thank you so much for lurking here. I appreciate it. It shows they have a deep impact. Yeah, so what they do, I'll talk about them honestly whenever, because you never know who might need it. What they do is they first of all, they do quite a few different things, I should mention. But they do donate money towards trying to find preventative measures and cures for migraines. But a lot of what they do is they help people who are going through migraines. So they do big meetups, which again, some people will not be well enough to go to. There's been times I couldn't go and I bought a ticket. But they do them where they get people together who have migraines, and I think they also include cluster headaches and chronic tension migraines. So it's chronic tension headaches. So they have like a bit of a range of people that they do talk to. But what they do is they get doctors who specialize in it to basically give you a bit of hope for the future, for things that can happen. I mean, I don't want to get too into this particular point on this channel, but there's a pretty high percentage of people who become very, very mentally unwell from migraines. I think it's something quite crazy, like 98%. It's, when we're talking about specifically chronic migraines here, I should mention as well, like intermittent migraines, as much as they absolutely suck, are less likely to have such a negative impact on your mental health. But chronic migraines do generally have a massive, there are very, very few people that are not affected mentally by it. Like, I would say that before having migraines, I don't think I ever had any mental struggles. I was a very lucky person where I was like completely fine. I was completely happy. And it just takes so much away from you that it is very difficult not to get wrapped up in all the things you can't do anymore. And all the pain and the nausea and all that kind of stuff. The jumps in your memory, the confusion, the not being able to look after yourself, it definitely gets to you. And I think one of the nice things the Migraine Trust does is first of all, they get you in contact with other people that are going through it too, but also they provide booklets and stuff like that for schools, for workplaces, which basically help explain exactly what support you might need and the things that you're going through. With migraine, a lot of the time it's not believed. It's kind of like one of those things where people just kind of brush it off as like, you can get through it, you'll be fine. Just like sit in a dark room for 5 minutes. Whereas the reality of it is it can be absolutely devastating. And they help try to petition for kids to get more stuff that like extra support outside of school for it. In a lot of places it's not recognized as a disability. So, or like a disabling condition, I should say, because for some people you'll have one migraine and be awful for a day, but it's still taking you out for that day, right? So they get stuff into schools, they get stuff into workplaces to basically help you out, and yeah, it's a really lovely. Again, they do stuff for trying to find a cause and remove migraines from the system altogether, right? But mainly what they do is support people, and yeah, it's a really good charity. How's the dress putting together? Ooh. We're getting there. We're getting there. It's taken a while. Your youngest suffers migraines. They wipe her out so bad. Oh. Yeah, it is kind of inspirational speech music in the background. Not my intention. It's just Planet Coaster. Oh dear. But yeah, I think it's difficult because when you're at different ages, it affects you so differently. Like, when you're a kid, it can actively take you away from your education. And a lot of kids won't get proper support, and because again, not believed, not considered to be that bad of a thing. Like, you'll be fine, just sit in a room for a half an hour and come back out again. When in the reality of, if you're having a migraine, like, you know, you don't need necessarily to be rushed to a hospital, but you probably want to go home. And like, I've heard so many stories from friends in school and family in school who would, like, they'd get to a point where they because they didn't want to go anywhere, they'd get to a point, where they were so sick that they would just be vomiting in class with their migraines. Like, they couldn't, it got to that, like, level of badness where it was like, I'm throwing up, I literally can't do anything, and they wouldn't necessarily even call their parents. Like, obviously this kid is sick, but because it's a migraine, it's not that bad, and you'll get over it in a minute. Whereas some people's migraines last 3 days. Yeah, it's something. Yeah, I think for me, it's obviously affected me as far as how much I can work. I think it is still the third most disabling condition worldwide, or something along that lines. It counts for billions of days off work, and yeah. But then when you think migraine, a lot of people don't think of it anything that bad. Not the case. Look, I know, the dress is going really well. The fact of the matter is, though many of us may not be hit with chronic migraines ourselves, a big part of most of our lives, we know it affects you. Oh, we don't like seeing you unwell. Thank you so much. That's very kind. Oh dear, you can't be that sweet to me. I'll get emotional. Dem's here, like, she said she gets emotional talking about this. Let's go. A challenge has been done. Oh, so this is how the front looks. So it dips into the back a little bit, where there's going to be a little poof. I've already put the bead on it and everything. So that's the poof. That's the extra bit. I have chronic migraines, so I understand the pain too well. Yeah, it's very hard to talk about, but I don't know. It is important. It's important for everyone who doesn't have the support that I'm very lucky to have at this point. And it's things that I wish I knew because I genuinely was like, I'm never going to meet someone else with chronic migraine. Like, that's so rare. Like, I'm never going to meet someone else with that. Now, my boss, 3 of my co-workers, and we all have the same things. We're at different levels. Some people have just started their first medication. Some people have had Botox for several years. So it's like, obviously, we've all got it at slightly different times. But, you know, we're all having it together. None of us work full time. Oh, dear. So, yeah, I was fully in the mindset of, like, I'd never meet anyone else with chronic migraine. And when they started doing them, of course, not been able to do it the last couple of years because of COVID, but when they started doing the chronic migraine meetups, where they'd get doctors and they'd have like presentations and food and stuff like that, and they talk about things you can do day to day to make you feel a bit better, it made such a big difference in like my outlook, I guess, how I saw it. Because of course, being in the middle of a migraine, you're not going to feel too good about it, but I wasn't feeling good outside of migraines too. Like, even when I wasn't having one, I was like, where's the future in this condition, really? Like, I spend most of my life in bed, I can't work, and I've been told that I shouldn't be working. I can't get any benefits because migraine is not seen as a disability in this country, even though my diagnosis was disabling migraines. I can't show it to anyone and get any help, so I figured, like, well, what's the point? Like, I'm just in pain every day. But meeting other people, talking to people at the Migraine Trust, and then when I did go back into employment, having that kind of resources and documents, it just opens your eyes to, like, it still sucks. It still sucks absolute butt, but like, it's manageable. Even without any preventative medication, for me, it's so far that works. There are still a lot of things that make it worth going through. I have too much experience with migraines, totally defining in your life. I used to skip out of school if one would start, to be honest. But this is a thing, and like, I don't mean this in a bad way, but would by any chance they come back and like blame you for that? Having it in school can be totally detrimental to your development later on. If you're missing enough... Oh, also, ZKM, thank you so much for the follow. It's very kind of you, and thank you for the egg. If you're missing enough school that you are not able to pass certain subjects and stuff like that, you need that extra support, and you need to be believed that it is bad enough that you have to leave every time, but that you absolutely still deserve support when you come back, you know? Oh. I'll just be mean now. Can't have you teary-eyed with sharp objects.
I can't see, I'm just sewing. But yeah, we're at, the people that were asking a second ago, we are at the point of sewing in one of the first layers above the scales. So, same as everything else, I am for now just going to sew this along the top, because when we eventually sew the woman in, that will end up being like some of the bottom stuff. There we go. A little one in there. Sew that under here. Very nice. And then, oh yeah. To be fair though, I still stand by Twitch was probably one of the most positive things that I could have done for me and my chronic migraines. Because I would have stopped week 1 if they were causing me once, but for the most part, as long as I don't stare at a screen for too long in one go, it tends to be alright. And it's been such a positive thing for me, just having like something to come back to day after day. I'm a very work motivated person, so when I can't work, I feel very unmotivated. But being able to do this and just pop in here, that's why I've been doing it for 2 years now. It's been so positive for me. And I know most people with chronic migraines, they're all going to find different things that help them. But for me, having something to come back to that I can just chip away at and work at and stuff like that, and being able to talk to people, because again, like, the reason you don't really meet a lot of people with chronic migraines is because we're bedbound most of the time. It's not easy to go out and meet people with chronic migraine because we're literally stuck at home all the time. Which is probably part of the reason why I thought no one else was nearby. Like, there was like no other people with chronic migraine in my area. Like, it must just be me. Because we're all just stuck inside. But no, being able to do something from my home that's social, as well as work on the things that I love, is given my life so much over the last couple of years. Time for work, oh bless you. Teacup, good luck with work. I hope that it goes well. Look after yourself, it's always lovely to see you. Ah, dear. I remember all the brain scans I had, and it's like, nah, your brain just hates you. Yeah, I mean, I would say, whenever I talk about migraine, I kind of have to bring this up as a disclaimer. If you think you have migraines, if you're thinking that you're having a lot of head pain, or if you have any similar symptoms to what I've been talking about, rather than diagnosing off me, please do go to a doctor, because unfortunately a lot of more dangerous, like immediately dangerous conditions can very easily disguise themselves as migraines. So if you're having head pain, if you're having changes in your vision, memory, if you're getting pain, sickness suddenly, go to your own healthcare professional and let them diagnose you. Because I also had to have head scans. And when I presented my symptoms, I had a head scan in 2 days. They put me down as an emergency. Probably partly because I'd been having head pain for like a year at that point and I hadn't gone to a doctor. Don't do that. But yeah, go seek your own healthcare professional. Please don't diagnose off me, because you could put yourself at risk. And I don't want anyone in this stream putting themselves at risk because of just assuming that it's migraine when it could be something more dangerous. Stuck inside, or maybe migraines only happen to severe introverts. But that's it, I'm not an introvert. I am like one of the most extroverted people that I know. Like before, this is what I mean when it's been such a change for me, from before I had chronic migraines to after. I was out like 7 days of the week. I literally was, I'd go out, and the longer I stayed out, the more energy I felt like I had. I just love talking to people. I love seeing everyone. I like going places with people. But then once I started getting chronic migraine, I started having to dip out of everything, more and more and more. And it's like the opposite, the absolute opposite of my personality. Oh dear, I'm incredibly lucky that I don't get migraines as often as I used to. Wig, it's nice to see you. How goes it? No, I'm glad. But what I would say is, I don't want to come across as like, well, I have chronic migraine and you don't kind of thing. If you have one migraine in your life, it's going to be an awful day, and you still deserve access to all the resources that help you get through that day or two. Like, the number of migraines shouldn't indicate the amount of resources open to you, because at the end of the day, it's a really scary experience, your first migraine. You're losing your vision, you're sick, you got this awful head pain, like you can't go near lights, maybe sounds and smells as well. Like, it's a really scary experience the first time you have one, and I don't want to undersell the fact that regardless of whether you have one migraine, you know, a month or 10, or one migraine in your life, like, you know, it's still very valid and you still deserve you deserve all this stuff. Had them since you were a child. Ouch. Yeah, I'm lucky. I got them at 20. I had my whole childhood without them. Also, you don't get those pop-up ads that say hot people with migraines in your area. Not so far, but I'm waiting for it. Also, Galactic, welcome on in. Dress gonna be amazing. Thank you. Honestly, I'm so happy watching it come together. It's given me so much joy watching all these pieces come into place. I only get a couple of bad migraines per year, but they are sinus-related stupid allergies. Oh, so is it getting to a bad time of year for you? Look after yourself, Den. I mean, if you're curious about it, anyone, the Migraine Trust website has lots of helpful tips and tricks to try and prevent migraines. Also, like, they kind of just list out, like, what the causes of migraine could be, and there are so many. There are so many. Like, I know for me, because I have them regularly enough, right? When you're having them several times a week, you can kind of start to see patterns and, like, why some of them are happening. And unfortunately, one of mine is definitely because of, like, not exhaustion, but, like, being a little tired. The next step to being a little tired is having a full-blown migraine. And in a working life, it's very difficult to avoid that. But there are other ones, like I find, a lot of people say chocolate and cheese, but I find anything which is high in sugar will give me a migraine if I eat a lot of it. Or honestly, if I eat a regular portion of it, it's probably too much. So my sugar intake's had a big impact. Physical exercise, unfortunately, if it's really intense can, but if I keep it a bit milder, it's normally fine. Oh dear. Oh, Galactic, you're playing Minecraft? Do you build in Minecraft or you do survival? I was always a creative being. I liked making big palaces. I remember having my first migraine when I was a student council meeting, and I felt like vomiting, and everyone was so loud, and I had to go sit outside while they got the nurse. This is the thing, if you're not sure what's happening to you, it's quite a scary experience, which definitely isn't going to make it feel any better. And again, it's not to say that every head pain is migraine. It absolutely is not. There's a lot of other head pains and stuff like that you can get. But if you realize you've had your first migraine and it's scary. It's really scary. It's scary for the people around you because of the symptoms you display. It's scary for you because you're having to go for it. It's just a really scary experience. And that's why, especially for things like schools, it's really important that kids get resources and stuff like that. If you're someone young who has migraines and you're still in education, you deserve to have the same amount of education as every other child, right? So, or adult, because adults can do education as well. But basically, you deserve to have the same education as everyone else. But migraine can take you out a lot. And there can be things like, for instance, if you're working on a screen and the screen triggers migraines for you, there are adjustments that often they can make. Like, I know workplaces that have bought some of their staff blue light tinted glasses. What do you call it? Basically the glasses that filter any blue light, so that when they work at a screen, they're not triggering migraines for themselves. Those glasses are like 200 quid. But they give them out to staff so that they can continue working there. And, you know, it's stuff like that where it's like, not everyone needs that. Truthfully, I probably wouldn't need that. It just isn't a really good idea for me to work at a screen job. But if you're someone who has a migraine every now and again, and you find screens tend to be the trigger, you know, it's a benefit to both you and the company to have that. My first one, I was running into walls. My mum had to take me to the hospital. It's a weird thing I get with my migraine is that I have no sense of direction. I have my perception. That's for me. Not my sense of direction is fine, but I'll normally hit against walls and doors as I'm going through them. Just like my elbows and stuff like that. Like I'll not quite get it correct. So I can go where I want to go, but I'll hit against things a lot. It takes like a bit of feeling out to work out where I'm going, if it's not somewhere I go a lot. And that's exactly the reason why if I have any migraine symptoms, I don't use my sewing machine. It's also the reason I'm building a cosplay that very lightly requires on machinery. And much more requires on my hand skills, because even if I've had a migraine yesterday, I can still do all of this. I don't have to worry. Whereas I'd worry about going on a sewing machine. I do both. I like building little villages and making them look medieval. That's what I like doing. I like building little villages. I built loads of mushroom houses once, like a little fairy village, and I loved it. I'm just so happy. Blue blockers, that's probably the ones, yeah. Overhead companies are required to buy it for an employee. Can't expect the employee to buy things for their own workplace. Of course, only if they need it. Yeah, like, I think the stages where we can, of course, apply some filters, and also they put, like, a film over the screen. like a physical film over the screen, which is meant to help a lot. But then if you're still struggling, then you get the glasses as well. Because at the end of the day, they don't want to lose employees, especially long-term employees, because of a few migraines. But in the UK, there is a policy that you're only allowed 3 sicknesses a year, and that goes for a lot of workplaces, where you're only allowed 3 sicknesses a year. Now, as someone with migraines, you might get that in a month or two. And then they have to put you up for a disciplinary, where they could potentially fire you. So, you know, I think that's one of the things in the UK that we kind of need a few more rules in place for, because I personally have not been fired from a job for migraine. I've left one job for migraine, and the other time, just because of a few other things going on, I was somewhat forcibly put in a unfit for work, but not by the workplace. It was just like, listen, you're not fit to continue working here. You would be better off like talking to a doctor and trying to get this sorted out. And like, we'll support you as much as we can. But every time I went into the workplace, I was literally sick. Every time. And there was nothing I could do about it. And so, because it was all working on screens, and so they did everything they could to try and accommodate me, and then they made me unfit for work. But again, it was kind of to my benefit in the long term. Like, I genuinely hold, like, I think they were one of the best companies to work for personally with an illness. They were very, very kind. But at that point, I was just so sick that there was no point in me being there, really. Because the thing is, I didn't get paid sickness because I never passed probation. So I was just going unpaid for the majority of the month. Yeah. And even then, they could have fired me for it, but they didn't. They just put me down as unfit for work. Got me all my doctor's stuff. Yeah. I once tried to build the Undro. What's that? They are very relaxing, but I'm very bad. I'm not getting hyper-focused on it, but I'm really into because I've gotten into finishing some of my 5 p.m. to 2 a.m. Oh god. Oh no. Well, please do focus on the stuff that you need to get done. Like that. Where is my... Oh, I threw it off the bed, didn't I? Yeah, I remember. I threw it on the floor. Tried to build Undertale game in Minecraft, like the whole map, but I lost the lad and now it's gone and I don't... Oh no! Oh, that would have been so cool. 3 times sick per year is a bit strange. Might be a bad year or people want to work soon and fall out 3 times sick. Well, this is it. They wouldn't necessarily fire you after the 3rd sickness. I think most places wouldn't. But you are up for a disciplinary where they could fire you. And every single job I've had has had that as a rule. Now I know that it's not a rule everywhere. Like, there's a lot of businesses that don't go by that kind of rules. But a lot of minimum wage jobs will. If you're on minimum wage, the likelihood is that you will have 3 sicknesses a year. And then after that, either you don't get paid for your sickness or you'll be up to a disciplinary. Where I work now, if I had more than 3 sicknesses, I normally wouldn't get paid for them. But because they sent me to occupational health, all things considered, they were like, listen, yeah, we'll just put you on forever sickness, you're fine. I had to have that conversation because it's not the normal, but, you know, they did it, so it was very nice of them. Thing is, I didn't want to leave work, I wanted to stay there, but because I was having so many migraines, I was like, well, what do? I want to stay. They were like, don't worry about it. We've got like 5 people that work here with chronic migraines, you're all good. Yay! I don't work with all of them, so I think others are elsewhere. Like behind the scenes workers, like stock. But yeah. At least I'm good at that. I get my work done before I don't have the severity of hyperfocus. Yes, you get it done quickly. In my honest opinion, it will only cause people to stay sick home longer just to make sure they're properly well again, while otherwise they would back to work way sooner. That tends to be how it works because it's instances of sickness, it's not days of sickness. So like you could be like, well, I've already taken 1 day off and I feel okay today, but why would I bother taking, going into work for just 1 day? I'll take 2 days. The way they've done it with me is much better, to be honest, in my opinion. Which is just, I can have as many sicknesses as I need, as long as they are related to each other. If it starts being that I have like loads of different sicknesses, like I've got a cold one day, and then I got food poisoning, and then I got this and that, they'd probably still come talk to me about it. But as long as it's a migraine related instance, I can have as many sicknesses as I need. But to be fair, that's the only thing that I'd normally call in on sick. So that works out well.
And it means I don't have to like panic about losing my job or anything like that. I'm gonna do this. I realize I'm stitching backwards again. This keeps happening to me. I keep not stitching in the optimum direction. Oh dear. Oh yeah, also, if anyone's interested in the cosplay we're making and they want to learn a little bit more about it, Nightbot, the first link that Nightbot posted is that. And if anyone is interested, maybe some cosplayers in chat that are looking for a cosplay contest to enter, the second link is the link to the TwitchCon costume contest rules. They are technically at the moment just the Amsterdam ones, but I'm assuming like if you were looking to make for the US, that there would be like, that would change once the Amsterdam entries are done. Also, we have 4 heckin' mods on this channel. All of them are really, really sweet beans, and all of them do a lot to really help us here. Plus 2 of them stream. So you could always go send Shifty and Dem some love on their own channel. Over here, you might get a talk over you're sick too often, but ultimately there's a governmental organisation that would decide if you're abusing the system or if the employer has to deal with it. Yeah, it's one of the things that has kind of rubbed me the wrong way a couple times. But I actually, you're gonna think I'm an idiot for this. I actually asked not to be paid for my sickness because I like where I work, and I was feeling so guilty about taking all of these days off for migraine that I went to one of my managers and I was like, hey, so you know the sicknesses that are migraine related, can you stop paying me for them? And they were like, no. No, absolutely not. They were really sweet about it, but like I like was crying at them like, please stop paying me. Like, please don't pay me for my sicknesses anymore. And they were like, no. No. First of all, I think if we didn't pay you for your sicknesses, we'd look really bad. But also, we're not gonna stop paying you. And I ended up speaking to like 3 managers because I was so upset, and I was like, no, I refuse to take pay. And they were like, no, you have to take pay. So there are some things in place, I suppose. Also, it could just be my business being nice. But no, they have to pay me sickness apparently for anything migraine related. I think if I still have 3 sickness absences outside of migraine, I could not be paid after that. Or if I have to take 3 months off in a row for sickness, after that 3 months, I'd have to apply for statutory sick pay. And they offered it. They were like, do you want to take 3 months off? And I was like, well, unfortunately, I think I'll probably still have migraine for 3 months, but I appreciate the offer. Yeah, when I initially was like quite upset about being paid, I asked them if there was anything else they could do, and they're like, we can give you 3 months off in a row, and I was like, oh, 3 months off in a row. Oh dear. I think that works better for people that are expecting a long-term health issue that isn't going to be like chronic, like that like a broken leg or something. I don't know. Oh dear. Yeah, I think 2 of them offered that me, but I didn't want that. Just a good employer. Yeah, they're a sweet bean. There's some. The thing is, there are some things that I don't like that the business does, but it's not my managers. My managers are very sweet. It's like just business policies that I don't necessarily agree with. And that honestly, I can't wait. One day I'll leave this place and I'll be able to tell you some of the gossip. But for now, no gossip. Be a good employee. Dear. There was one thing basically that I told them was a problem. I was like, this is a problem. This is gonna hit the news if you're not careful. This is really bad. And they were like, nah, it's fine. And I was like, okay, if you're sure. I'm not gonna support you in this, but like, okay. And then like 2 months later, hits the news. Oh dear. It was a very nice I told you so moment. I don't get that very often at work. I'm a bra fitter, like, you know. I just do bra fits. But in this particular case, I was like, hit the news, that's karma. Yeah.
Like, literally, we had to have a big meeting after with all the employees where we were like, listen, so this has happened. We've realised that it's an issue and we're going to address it immediately. And I was just like, You realise that it's an issue? Is it after the tabloids have picked you up on it? After all the local newspapers have been like, this is kind of fishy. I could have told you that. In fact, I did. Oh dear. Other than stuff like that, which thankfully is getting fixed now. Not because of me, but because of, publicity. But at least it's getting fixed. And thankfully for that, now that it is more of a business that I can stand by. Because for a while I was like, I'm leaving as soon as I physically can. I don't agree with this. This is wrong. This is very immoral. I don't like it. They're not listening. They're saying it's fine. Not fine. But yeah, now it's fine again. Yeah, Jelly when it hit the news. Yeah, when they called us all into the meeting, I was just in the background like, Because bear in mind, after I went to, I didn't go to like my management. I went to like upper management to talk to them about it. After I talked to them about it and got completely shut down, I went and basically told all the other people I work with what the issue was, and they were like, no, there's no way. And I was like, there it is, look at it, it's written right here. And they were like, oh, no. And I was like, that's my reaction. but they're not going to change it because apparently it's fine. And I said, if it hits the newspapers, this is going to be a bit of a shitstorm. So yeah, when they were telling us all, I was just in the back like, An issue, is it? Funny that. It was just kind of the standard, like, other than that one thing, they're pretty good. I like them a lot. It's just that one thing that had bothered me, really. They do some funny things sometimes, like when we had the anti-vax parades coming towards the store, they engaged anti-terrorism mode, and they locked us down in the store. Only for like 10 minutes, but like, that was fun. We were all just like, oh my god, has something actually happened? And then you see all these like